Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. In these few minutes, I would like to share with you some thoughts about the incredible times we live in and the importance for the Italian and the global insurance community of thinking and acting as part of global market. In the 14th century, it took 7 years for the Black Death to arrive in Europe from China, carried from 12 ships coming from the Black Sea and docked at the port of Messina in Sicily. Well, a few months ago, as we all know, another virus arrived in Europe from China. But this time, the SARS-CoV-19 didn't take 7 years to reach Europe. It took between 2 and 4 weeks. So why did it happen? What changed? In the 1990s, the most used word to define the new world we were living in was connected, a word able to perfectly capture the essence of globalization. Today, that word, connected, is no longer adequate. It fails to represent the implications of 20 years of political, economic, and social adaptation to the new global context. Today, we're not just connected, we are entangled. We are effectively stuck together. Today, we can't cherry pick only those links that best serve our interests. We need to take the good and the bad. Think to finance. You can see it in your personal portfolio. Your pension, maybe, is invested in a wind farm in southern Italy, or a gold mine in Africa, or in real estate in Singapore, or quite possibly all three. The loan you took out a few years ago to buy your house could be owned today by a company in the Virgin Islands. So this new world we live and work in brings with it both bad and good. In 2007, a US real estate bubble precipitated the entire world in a global economic crisis that burned trillions of dollars and left millions of people without a job. But the scale and interconnections of finance and business brings also new extraordinary opportunities. Businesses and startups across the globe are more likely today than even before to get money for their projects. The combined value of annual cross-border goods, services, and capital flows has risen from 20% of global GDP in 1990 to nearly 40% today, which in money terms means from about $5 trillion to $30 trillion per year. The world's economic and intellectual resources have been put into global motion. Why is it relevant for our industry? Insurance, as we well know, plays a fundamental role for the advancement of our society and economy. Insurance, at its core, benefits society by protecting individuals and businesses from adverse events. And by monetizing economic, health, technology, and other risks, the insurance industry directly benefits when the conditions of our society improve. Promoting healthier lifestyles, helping organizations being better protected from cyber criminals, improving people's driving behavior, all improve the profitability of insurers. And to make the conditions of our societies improve, today, more than ever in the past, we rely on technologies and know-how and capabilities that are developed globally. Since 1960, global average life expectancy has risen by almost 20 years, from about 52 years to 71 years. It took 1,000 years to achieve the previous 20 years improvement. This time, it took only 50. And these gains have been global, driven by the improved global quality of living and by global scientific research. All the main factors in insurance, risk, capital, and capabilities, are global factors, or are affected by global factors. Think to risk. The main sources of risk for our society and businesses are shifting from local risks like fire or theft to new breeds of risks that are not local. Theft has been replaced in the risk managers' minds by cyber risks. Weather-related risks are changing in frequency and intensity because of global warming. Workers' compensation risks are fundamentally changing in consequence of the sharing and gig economy to global phenomena. The capital markets that provide insurers with the capacity to take risks and the venture capital that finance startups today are global. The technologies adopted by insurers like AI, big data analytics, or biometrics are developed by tech companies, maybe based in the UK or in India, with teams working from remote from Europe or the US. So, given this context, what shall we, as leaders of our organizations, do? I believe that one thing we often lack and urgently need is perspective. With it, we can see the context that define our lives and our businesses and better assert our own will upon the forces that are changing our world. Gerolamo Cardano, an Italian scientist and academic who lived during the Renaissance, elaborated this thought. Among the extraordinary, though quite natural circumstances of my life, the first and most unusual is that I was born in this century in which the whole world opened to us. This was elaborated 500 years ago, but I believe it perfectly describes the world we live in today. We are lucky enough to live in an era in which we can organize an event like this, with people connecting from over the world, talking and sharing experiences. We live in an open world. Our businesses might be local, but they compete in a global context. We are individuals, businesses, nations, but our lives and our businesses are interconnected, or better, stuck together in a unique market. At Italian Insurtech Association, we are committed at connecting the Italian insurance community with the global one. Knowledge and information sharing are part of the mission of the Italian Insurtech Association, and we are pursuing it convinced that this is what the Italian insurance community needs. We are building partnerships with organizations in our countries and continents, like Insurtech Israel, Insurtech New York, Insurtech Brazil. We are bringing insurance and technology leaders to speak at our webinars and our events, where Italian insurers can meet them and start collaborating with them. We are now part of the Global Insurtech Alliance, together with Insurtech Association from all the 5 continents of our planet. And of course, we are helping Italian insurtechs to enter new markets, to scale and sustain their growth. Thank you.